Has someone close to you started changing in ways you can't quite explain? Maybe they're not as lively as they once were. Maybe they're quieter, slower, or just different. We often picture the end of life as something sudden, like a light switching off. But for many elders, the final chapter doesn't begin with a dramatic moment. It begins with gentle whispers from the body, subtle signals that something deeper is shifting. These signs can appear months or even a full year before death arrives. The problem? Most families overlook them. We chalk it up to aging, stress, or even stubborn habits. But later, when we look back, we realize those quiet signs were the body's way of saying goodbye. In today's video, we're going to walk through 5 early signs that often appear in the final year of life. Some may be familiar, others may surprise you, but all of them are worth understanding because the earlier you notice them, the better prepared you can be to offer love, presence, and peace during the time that remains. Stick with me to the end because this might help you see someone you love in a new light and help you show up for them in the most meaningful way possible. Let's begin. Number 1, loss of spark or interest in daily life. It often begins with small things, a favorite TV show they stop watching, a hobby they no longer pick up, or a family gathering they choose to skip. You might hear, "I just don't feel like it today," more than you used to. What's happening here isn't just boredom or moodiness, it's a deeper kind of disengagement, as if life's colors are beginning to fade into gray. When an elder begins to pull away from what once brought them joy, it can be a sign that the body and mind are shifting their focus inward. It's not always depression. Sometimes it's the body's natural way of conserving energy. Other times, it's the spirit preparing for a quieter season. This emotional withdrawal can be painful to witness, but it's important to meet it with compassion, not pressure. Instead of pushing them to get back to normal, try sitting with them in stillness. Listen more, talk less. Sometimes the best gift is simply being present. Number 2, unexpected changes in appetite. You might notice a half-eaten plate, skipped meals, or snacks left untouched. Foods they once loved may no longer appeal to them, and they might say things like, "I'm not hungry," or "nothing tastes right." While loss of appetite can happen for many reasons, in the context of aging, it's often tied to more than just preference. As the body prepares to slow down, its demand for fuel decreases. Digestion becomes less efficient, and sometimes even chewing becomes tiring. Taste buds also dull with age, and even beloved meals might begin to taste bland or unpleasant. These changes, while seemingly small, are often early signs that the body is beginning to wind down its systems. This doesn't mean you should force food on them. Instead, focus on offering light, easy-to-digest meals, hydration, and comfort. Mealtime becomes less about nutrition and more about shared moments. Number 3, a noticeable decline in energy. This is more than just being tired after a long day. We're talking about deep, bone-level fatigue that doesn't go away with rest. You might notice they start sleeping more, napping throughout the day, going to bed earlier, or needing help with tasks they used to handle easily. Even something as simple as walking to the bathroom or brushing their hair may leave them winded. This kind of exhaustion is often tied to reduced heart function, weaker muscles, and declining circulation. The body, in its wisdom, begins conserving its remaining strength for the essentials. But here's the key. Pushing them to do more often backfires. They're not being lazy, they're doing what their body is asking of them. The best way you can help is by adjusting the pace of life around them. Be patient. Slow down. Let rest become a form of respect. Number 4, trouble thinking clearly or staying oriented. Cognitive changes are another quiet signal. A once sharp mind may begin to struggle with names, dates, or even recognizing familiar places. Conversations may trail off mid-sentence, or they might repeat stories more often than before. At first, it can be brushed off as senior moments, but over time, these mental slips may become more frequent and more concerning. What's happening is often a combination of reduced blood flow to the brain, lowered oxygen levels, and the natural decline in neural function that can happen near the end of life. It doesn't mean your loved one is completely gone, but their clarity may come and go, like a flickering light. This can be scary and disheartening for families, but instead of correcting them or trying to snap them out of it, try grounding them gently. Remind them of who you are. Speak in calm, familiar tones. Share old memories. Repetition is okay. What matters is creating a sense of safety and connection. Number 5, a shift in social behavior and emotional tone. Perhaps the most heartbreaking, but also the most revealing sign is the quiet emotional shift that happens in the final months of life. You may notice that your loved one becomes quieter, more introspective, or less interested in engaging with others. They might avoid phone calls or skip family events. Even if they're surrounded by love, they may seem distant or even content in solitude. It's tempting to take this personally, to wonder if you've done something wrong. But in many cases, this emotional retreat is part of a natural process. It's as if their focus is turning inward towards something beyond the physical world. Some elders become more spiritual, others express gratitude, share life reflections, or open up about long-held memories. In this phase, your role becomes one of witness, not fixer. Sit beside them. Let silence speak. Ask questions about their past, if they're open. Reflect on the life they've lived, the lessons they've taught, and the love they've shared. These final moments, if approached with softness, can become some of the most meaningful of all. Closing thoughts. These signs aren't always obvious, and they don't always mean that death is near. But when several of them appear together over time, they often point to the body beginning its final transition. What matters most isn't preventing what's coming. It's how we show up in the face of it. With awareness, love, and a willingness to slow down, we can turn these quiet goodbyes into powerful acts of connection. So, if someone you love is changing, don't ignore it, don't rush it, meet it with grace. Because in the end, the greatest gift we can give isn't time, it's presence. If this video touched you in any way, please leave a comment below. And if you'd like to hear more wisdom on aging, life, and legacy, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and more importantly, thank you for caring.